Hello and welcome. There was a time when I believed I had found something special, like I had discovered a hidden truth that most people didn't know. I felt different. I felt like I had woken up from a dream while the people around me were still sleeping. They were still chasing money, looks, fame, or trying to be accepted. And I thought, they don't get it, but I do. I thought I had figured something out. But now, when I look back, I see it clearly. That was just another ego trap. I had fallen into the same kind of thinking I believed I had escaped. The ego is very clever. When you think you've let it go, it simply changes shape. It doesn't disappear, it just finds a new way to survive. And for many people, including myself, it hides inside spirituality. It wears a calm voice and says things like, "You are more conscious than others," or "You have awakened." And that sounds good. It makes you feel wise. It makes you feel peaceful. But deep down, it's still the ego talking. It's still trying to make you feel separate, above, different. That feeling of being more awakened than others is still a feeling of separation. And real awakening is about seeing through all separation, including that one. The more I walked this path, the more I started to realize something deeper. There is only one consciousness, one awareness, one life. It is not something you have and others don't. It is something we all are. You are not separate from others. You are not better. You are not worse. You are just playing a different part of the story. That's all. Imagine writing a book. In that book, you create different characters. Some are peaceful, some are angry, some are wise, some are confused. But you, the writer, created all of them. You understand each one. You know why they are the way they are. That's what life is like. That's what we are. The same being, the same awareness, expressing itself in many forms, through many bodies, through many stories. So how can one character be more awake than the others, when they were all created by the same source? How can one version of consciousness look down on another, when it's just looking at itself from another angle? You might think, but what about people who are violent, lost, or caught in pain? Aren't they asleep? Maybe, but maybe they're also doing exactly what they were meant to do. Maybe their role in this part of the story is to struggle, and maybe your role is to see that and understand it. To see them not as less than but simply as another version of you. That's what I started to see, that the people I judged were also me, living a different life, wearing a different costume, saying things I wouldn't say, doing things I wouldn't do, but still me, in another form. It's strange at first, but when you look deeper, it starts to make sense. You begin to feel less separate, less superior, and more connected. You begin to understand that the idea of being awake is just that, an idea, a label, and like all labels, it makes you feel like you're something, and others are not. The ego loves labels. It wants to say, I'm a spiritual person, or I've reached a higher level. But every time you say that, even just to yourself, you create distance between you and others. And the truth is, there is no distance. That's the heart of it. That's what awakening really shows you. Not that you've found something others haven't, but that there was never anything to find. You were never missing the truth. You were just playing a role where you forgot it for a while. That's it. So were others. It's not about being more awake. It's about realizing that all experiences, even forgetting, even confusion, are part of the same whole. They all belong. And once I saw that, something inside me softened. I didn't need to try so hard anymore. I didn't need to prove anything. I didn't need to look or sound spiritual. I just needed to be. That's when real peace starts to come. Not the kind of peace you chase or force, but the quiet kind. The kind that's always been there, under the noise, under the effort, under the identity. And yes, the ego still shows up. It still whispers. It still wants to be right. It still wants attention. But I don't fight it anymore. I just see it. I let it be. Because even the ego is part of the dream. Even the part of you that wants to be free from ego, that's also the ego. It's all included. That's what makes this journey so strange and beautiful. The more you try to escape the dream, the more you stay stuck inside it. The moment you stop trying to escape and simply notice what is, you start to wake up. But even that isn't a final moment. It's not an end point. It's not a trophy. It's just a gentle return to what you've always been. Awareness. You've never not been that. You are the silence behind the thoughts. You are the stillness under the emotions. You are the witness to every scene, every role, every experience. You are life playing dress-up. So there's no need to chase awakening. There's no need to fix yourself. There's no need to be better than anyone else. You're not behind. You're not ahead. You're just here, living. Sometimes feeling good. Sometimes feeling lost. Sometimes confident. Sometimes tired. But always you. Always consciousness. And if you've been trying to get others to wake up, take a breath, let that go too. Maybe they're not supposed to wake up right now. Maybe their forgetting is part of your remembering. Maybe their pain is part of your lesson. You don't have to save anyone. You don't have to convince anyone. You don't even have to explain yourself. Just be what you are. That's enough. Some days you'll meditate. Some days you'll scroll on your phone. Some days you'll feel deeply connected. Some days you won't. That's all okay. There's no test, no judge, no ranking. There is only one being, experiencing itself through you and everyone else. That's the deepest secret. And once you see that, you begin to treat people differently. You see them not as others, but as mirrors, as reminders, as parts of the same whole. Even the difficult ones, even the ones who trigger you, especially them, because they show you where you still feel separate, where you still hold on, where you still think, I'm not like them. But you are like them, because you are them, just wearing a different form. And that's not something to be afraid of. That's something to honor, to respect, to understand. So if today you feel confused, tired, or not spiritual enough, it's okay. There is no higher level you need to reach. No perfect, peaceful state you have to hold on to forever. There isn't some flawless version of you waiting far away in the future, once you've fixed everything or figured it all out. What's real is here, now. This moment, this breath, this life exactly as it is. Not how you wish it to be, but how it actually feels right now. That's where real freedom begins. Not when you finally reach some imaginary awakened state, but when you stop needing one. When you stop needing to be more than you are. When you stop trying to be seen a certain way or to prove anything to yourself or others. When you stop chasing a title like healed, spiritual, or enlightened. Real freedom comes when all that chasing falls away and you just allow yourself to be as you are. You don't need to become light because you already are light. That light has always been there, underneath the thoughts, the stories, the roles you've played. It may have felt hidden for a while, covered up by beliefs or pain or expectations, but it was never truly gone. Even your forgetting the times you felt lost or unsure was part of the journey, part of the whole story that makes you who you are. The doubt you felt, the mistakes you've made, even the parts of your life you wish you could erase, they're not wrong. They were never separate from your path. They are pages in your story, and now you're simply turning the page. Not to rush to the end, but to enjoy reading it, to live it, to feel it fully, to be present with what's here instead of what's missing. All of this is what awakening really means. It's not a prize you win or a goal you reach. It's a quiet remembering of what you already are. It's not about becoming someone else or getting to a higher level. It's about letting go of everything you thought you had to be and just being what you already are. And maybe that was all you ever needed to remember. Thank you for watching.